Man, oh man, such awesome games. This MSI is like so incredible. I love MSI, yeah. I do want to say before I start, Emily Rand, when she started casting, was so bad. And that's not saying anything bad. That's just like, yeah, she wasn't good because she's not a caster. And I remember there was a team fight that was happening, and she just wanted to finish her point. And the team fight was happening, and they were trying to stop her, and she was just talking and talking and talking, and then they had to like go into full like recovery mode. And to see her go from that to this split where she's casting, and she's so much more confident, she's so much more better at like giving the back and forth, at just like identifying certain things in the game. And today, or this night, her casting was like phenomenal. It was really like getting me into the game, and I thought she really stepped up. She really fed into the energy. You even catch her like getting so excited and yelling while she's casting. It's really nice to see when someone like really puts in the effort to work on something and they got really good at it. And I think Emily Rand has always been a very good like analyst, right? It took her a while to like really get used to being on camera, and then it took her a while to get used to being at casting. But today, like, I was actually not quite looking forward to her casting because you have so many great casters that I don't know that you need to give Emily Rand a shot because I didn't think she deserved it really. Like she got better, don't get me wrong, but I just think she's not the best person for the job. But then like she really proved her worth today. I felt like her casting was really on point. I really enjoyed her casting. Um, which is good. Which is good that she was able to do that. I'm happy for her for sure. Um, yeah, I just wanted to preface that. But man, the games today were incredible. I am a little bit sad that T1 weren't able to pull it out in the end, but a few things that happen. Early game drafts continue to struggle. Draven Pike didn't win. Surprise, surprise. Callista lost again, despite having an incredible lead. Like it just, despite getting the early dragons, despite getting everything that Callista wants, still lost. Yeah. So those are like consistents that kept happening. But yeah, game one we get Gwen into Jax, and like Doran Jax was like pretty good. Doran, I want to talk about Doran for a little bit. Okay, let's watch this together. Okay, it's okay. T1 gonna win final. Now they know Genji draft. Hey, Lapel. Um, I'm just hoping for 5 game series. Honestly, at this point, I don't even care who wins. Just give me 5 games for every single series. Um, it's just been such an incredible MSI. Let me go to 2024 Worlds. Okay. Oh, you guys can't see. Let me do this so you can see, right? Let's go to 2024 Worlds and let's go to T1 Zeus, BLG Elk, Mako, Keen, Aura, this one, right?
Match
Wait, is this the one? No, this is the.
this year of my professional career has come to an end.
Wait.
부분이 많아서 너무 평소에 저는 충분히 제가
Was it
더
here?
높은 곳까지 제가 원하는 목표까지 달성할 수 있을 거라는 믿음이 스스로 있기 때문에 오늘 같은 패배 너무
You'll see what I'm doing in a second.
Yeah, with this match, this year of my professional career has come to an end. I know I was underperforming. There were a lot of parts where I could have played better. So I'm very frustrated. I'm having a very crushing emotion right now. It's a big bummer at the moment, but also I have a very strong faith in myself that one day I will be able to reach the goal that I have set. So that keeps me going. Of course, the loss today is very heartbreaking and painful, but I can pick myself together and keep going on.
Like he was. Wait, is this?
어제는 에어렌지도 같은
Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe I'm missing exactly where it is. But after Worlds, when he lost, everybody was like making fun of him, that like or flaming him. For I can actually just look it up. HLE versus BLG game for DORAN, right? Everyone was like kind of. Oh, okay, maybe Kaisa. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, look at Doran. Look at Doran here. Everyone was calling like, why didn't Doran ult? Like you can see, he could have ulted. He didn't ult. There are multiple times where like he just didn't play the Gnar well, or he inted, or he didn't flash, or he did something bad, and a lot of people were talking badly about Doran. And then he goes and basically like he was before the start of the interview, he was like on tears.
제가 부족했고 또 더 잘할 수 있었던 부분이 많아서 너무 아쉽고 좌절감도 지금 당장은 느끼지만
Yeah, like he was completely destroyed. And then he says here, like, all I have to do, like, I'm gonna pick myself back up and I'm gonna keep trying.
This year of my professional career has come to an end. I know I was underperforming. There were a lot of parts where I could have played better. So I'm very frustrated. I'm having a very crushing emotion right now. It's a big bummer at the moment, but also I have a very strong faith in myself that one day I will be able to reach the goal that I have set. So that keeps me going. Of course, the loss today is very heartbreaking and painful, but I can pick myself together and keep going on.
And he went from this to playing today against Keen, who's one of the best top laners in the world. And like, he played better than Keen, no? He just straight up outplayed Keen. He was the best T1 player, which is not at all what anybody was saying. When they picked up Doran and lost Zeus, everyone was like, now is the real challenge for Faker. If he can carry Doran to World Championship, oh my god, now we're talking. And that's what everyone was talking about. For him to come up so huge against Hanwha Life in order for T1 to even make it to this tournament. And not just that, like to consistently be playing well. And like even when he makes mistakes, his Ornn, like the reason they win this game is his Ornn was so clean. He was finding pick after pick. You have a Rise, you have a Rumble and an Ezreal. Like okay, Rumble not so much, but Rise and Ezreal are very very slippery. And he was finding knock up after knock up after knock up with his ults, with Flash Q, like engages or Flash E. Like he was doing such a good job playing these champions. Even on the Gragas game, like I know there were some engages that didn't work, but like he had to consistently make these engages or else it wasn't going to work. Oh, what the hell just happened? There we go. AL over BLG, I think so too. I mean, we saw it in the finals. We've seen it like multiple times. I think AL are going to be BLG, but I'll get to that. I do want to talk about Doran because I think he absolutely deserves it. The fact that he came into today, he came against Zeus and was Zeus's father. And then he came into today where like he is supposed to be completely outclassed against Keen, and he just like gapped Keen. I mean, Keen played well, don't get me wrong, but he was definitely the better top laner. His Jax game was great. His Ornn game was phenomenal. His Sion game, he was very tanky. He didn't have too much agency in that game, I'd say. The game kind of felt very, very difficult. There was nothing happening for a very long time, and then when something happening, the game end. Hey, ni hao ma. Hello, Deathball. Or Deathbell? I don't know. Deathbell. Kind of think we're getting AL Genji finals. I'd be down. As long as we get 5 games, I'm down for anything, honestly. Give me anything. Just give me 5 games. That's what I care about right now. Yeah, just his play on Gragas, the confidence to keep going into the body slam flash. He missed a bunch of ults, but he continued to be confident and like did not shrink. We saw him shrink at Worlds 2024, and the fact that he didn't shrink was good. His Mbessa game had rough moments though. Honestly, that draft was cooked. Like, you went Mbessa, Lee Sin, Draven, like Pike. That's just not a composition. Like, that it really is a composition of like you have to play perfectly or else you lose the game. And like, yes, he outplayed the tower dive, but afterwards, it's like you can't ult anybody because Tahm Kench just eats you. He tried ulting the Kench, and then he just gets exhausted and burst by Jinx, Nidalee, and Aurora. It's not a very good M-Bessa game, right? Renekton is supposed to beat M-Bessa, and he was able to like push off the Renekton early, right? Renekton, M-Bessa's only supposed to like beat Renekton later on in the levels, like past level 11 or something. So I thought like, yes, game 5, I'll say, like, I think it was over from draft. Obviously, he had more tools. He could have used the tools better, but I think it was like 60% draft, 40% Doran, whereas the rest of the games, like he played incredible. I was very, very happy as like a big Doran fan from back in the Griffin days, right? I was very happy to see him like bounce back after such a disastrous Worlds exit in 2024. Ruler also had insane Jinx game right from the drag steal. Yes, the second person. Oh my god, dude. Ruler, man. Ruler was incredible today. Honestly, it was such a good series. I think game 3 was such a snooze fest that made it seem like game 3, you could already tell that Genji was gonna win because Senna got like 50 souls at 20 minutes, and like we hadn't even had first blood by 20 minutes, and you're like, okay, like you're not putting the Senna behind. It's either Victor from Arcane's gonna happen, but there's a Galio and a Cassante and an Alistar, so it's very hard for Victor to Arcane all over them. And you didn't do anything early. Like you have Xin Zhao, who's an early game, skirmisher, not exactly a late game skirmisher, and he didn't do anything in the early game. And so late game, you press R, you're immune for a few seconds, and then Senna autos you twice and you're dead. Like I think literally she autoed him twice, got the soul snatch, obviously, and he was half HP. And he was like, "Oh, let me hit my camp to regen. Oh, is there some sort of like honey fruit I can eat?" And it was like kind of very difficult. I think drafts were very interesting. To see like the Nocturne Oriana and then to see the Zed Ari like combination. They went Kalista. Not even Genji can win with Kalista Renata. That's how you know this thing is so bad, man. It's so bad, and people still use it. Ruler is so back, dude. Ruler. I don't know if he's back or not. He's still not Ruler. Like, yes, his Jinx was incredible. From the Baron Steel or Dragon Steel to his positioning every single fight, always relying on like knowing his limits. It reminds you of JDG where he had his front line, he had his Renekton on 369, he had the safety of like a Lulu or a Braum or a Tahm Kench with missing, which enabled him to just play. And then dude, Nidalee was so bad. Like the fact that Kenyon gets away with these Nidalee games, this was so bad. He got so greedy. He got so greedy because Lee Sin invaded the red. He defended his Raptors. You already defended your Raptors. Just take the win. You got the enemy Lee Sin Raptors. Then you continue to greed, knowing that Lee Sin's gonna be coming, and then you just die so low, just so dry like that, dude. This champion is just get Nidalee out. I swear Kenyon like keeps pulling it out in game 5s and wins, but I'm tired. His Jhin was good too. Yeah, his Jhin was great. His Senna was good too. His Kalista was good too. I mean, he played really well today. I just think he has to do it a little more consistently before I can say he's back. Yeah, his Jhin, the way he was using his ultis as well was really cool. It was some definitely creative angles of like, oh, I'm gonna press R and I'm gonna press my ult this way. If you walk in, you get hit. If you don't walk in, you die. And he was like actively like holding it for a while. He played his champions really well today. I think he definitely came to play. T1 came to play. After game 1, you felt like, okay, Doran's here to play, but then the rest of the team is kind of collapsing. They're fighting, but it's not like T1. And then they go to game 2, Doran absolutely, like, they were just like crushing from the start. Game 3 was, like I said, a snooze fest. Game 4, T1 get a slight lead in the early game, then Genji just completely blow open the game. They get Soul, they get Bear, and they get everything that you could ever want. And then T1's like, no, we're going to keep fighting you. And then Guma Yushi on the Corki doing like 6 billion damage that one fight. I think he made like 8,000 damage one fight on Corki, just hitting rocket after rocket after rocket. Just every time someone landed a CC, whether Gragas landed a body slam, whether someone was hourglassed, he was there. He was valking, flashing, making sure he was hitting the carries. Faker on his hourglass, his Zanya usage was incredible. I don't think there's a single time that he got flash charmed that he didn't hourglass it. He was like playing very, very well. And then obviously I thought Doran had a good Gragas game. Like obviously there were some misplays, but he continued to use his champion's abilities the way that he knows, and landing, body slam or alt after alt and really winning the game. I was worried because what happens with body slam and Orianna ulti is that you could Gragas ult everybody outside of the Orianna ult, but he was waiting until Orianna would ult and then he would Gragas ult to kill off the stragglers. It was really good. Quirky Karma I didn't think was a lane I would be seeing at MSI, but we saw it. It worked somehow. They did die in the 2v2, but they came back and yeah, all is well. Honestly, really, really good game, like good games overall. Again, Genji are just like Genji are so much more beatable than they made themselves be. Like when we came into MSI, I was like, dude, this team is unbeatable. And then AL come and show up. And then T1 come and show up. And I think that they're I don't think Genji is winning it. Like I don't think Genji is winning it. They can't keep getting away with game 5s. Brother Doran clutching up for Genji, but for real though, that Mbessa R on that Kench was int. Yeah, I mean, again, like I think that game draft to begin with, you don't have the tools to really like win the game. Unless Draven has like 3,000 individual gold lead on Jinx and he has like a straight up is ahead an entire IE Infinity Edge, what is he supposed to do? He can't kill anyone because it's Tahm Kench. And like you have a Pyke, you don't have a real support, right? Unless you're constantly getting picks and invades and stuff like that. It's just too hard to play that draft. I think it was just for some reason we keep playing these like super early game, like have to stomp in order to win champions. Even Genji cannot win with Kalista Renata. And like these super hyper early game champions. And guess what? You pick Jinx, you go down 3,000 gold, you win one fight, all of a sudden your Jinx gets one reset and it's GG. Hello, Captain. Hello, Coach. Yeah, even Genji cannot win with Kalista Renata. This champion, like, it just cannot win. It actively cannot. They were like, what, up 6,000 gold or something with Soul, with Ocean Soul, with Baron, and they could not win with Kalista. Like, that's how bad this champion is. I can't. You just stop picking it. Please stop picking it. Please. I guess it got us to game 5, but like, you saw how much more effective Corki was. Literally, Corki pressing R and doing nothing else was more effective than Kalista. I guess Kalista had Renata, like, could ult Renata, so like, there is a lot of value in that. I understand. But it's just, it's not it. And the Draven wasn't it. Even with the lead that they got, even with the dive they got it early cash in, it just isn't enough. Kenyon and Chovy, that Zed game, were also making too many mistakes that game. Was one Chovy? Oh, that game was one. Chovy forced too many plays and Kenyon was in no man's land. Yeah, I think it's just, okay, you just don't have engage. You're playing a 0 engage comp. You have Poppy, who's like a counter engage. You have Renata, who's, again, counter engage. You have Kalista, like, you can throw your Renata, but that's not real engage, right? You have Ahri is the only engage, and every time Ahri charms someone, either Faker was hourglassing it, or Karma was shielding, and so you couldn't one shot the person. So it was kind of hard that game for sure, Gabriel. Like for Genji, the fact that they got that super early lead, like, what is that supposed to do besides press R and like hope that he can one shot someone? And when you can't one shot someone, it's just like, I thought it was like a really hard draft to play for them. I think if you have like an Ashe, right, all of a sudden you have a go button. Like imagine you're playing Ashe, Leona there. I don't know how the lane looks, but all of a sudden you have engage, you have tankiness, you have like peel from your AD carry, you have like all this utility that Kalista brings. And I mean, maybe you don't have the same early game power, but now all of a sudden you don't have to like expect the flash RE charm, you know? Or a Zed going in, Wing, ulting, flashing out, ulting back the other side, trying to do something, and then Gragas body slams him and kills him. And or Nocturne like follows the shadow and like gets the fear and Zed just dies. So yeah, game 4 was, they played well to get their lead, but It's basically like what Masu was saying yesterday. Kalista is really good, but you just can't make any mistakes. And then once you make the mistake, it's all over. This is off topic from what your stream is for, but how are you feeling about the team right now? I think the team's in a good spot. I think like with all the changes that we were doing, we kind of lost track of like what we were trying to do and a lot of the stuff that we improved on. And after I think slowly we'll get there. I think a big part of it as well was the fact that we practiced such a style for a long time with Dwight, and we got really good at it, and we got really confident at it, and then we changed up that style with our picks, with like how our focus is, where like we focus so much less on Darius. Like in the past, we would ask him, okay, can we fight here? What do you think? He would actively be responding, telling us, I don't have flash. I want to fight the team fights this way. Make sure this is happening. But because we're not doing that anymore, it seems like he's not as connected and we're not team fighting as well as we used to. So I think there are a few kinks to work out. But I think once we find a mid laner and like those kinks, once we like fix all those kinks, I think we're just going to go back to like pretty much winning the game. I think me on tanks is actually good for the team, to be honest. Me on tanks, me on fighters, as well, like does the team well because I think it makes it so that we have more damage from our top laner, and our top laner is like really good at creating space. So I think overall the team's I'm happy with where the team's at. I just want a mid laner, man. Pick'ems are on point, dude. That's crazy. It's crazy. Whoever expected, like, okay, let me look at pick'ems real quick because I want to see how realistic the pick'ems are. Like, if you just picked favorites every single time, would you have been right? Okay, I think these all, like, pretty much everybody got these right, right? Nobody expected the. Okay, this one, the T1 BLG one is kind of hard to pick. This one, I think BLG were looked better than T1 coming in, especially after T1 losing to CFO, like almost losing. This one, I think, was probably the biggest one. I was predicting the upset, but I think Gen G were favored, and technically BLG were favored. Here, Gen G versus T1, I think if you just take the favorite, Gen G wins, right? Here, FlyQuest versus G2, I think FlyQuest was heavily favored. I thought CFO was favored. But obviously, because of the history of the regions, Mad Lion Koi was favored. AL versus CFO, EL was the favorite. BLG was the favorite. I guess this is the biggest one. I guess, and this one. I mean, still, the fact that you got all of them, like you only have 1, 2, 3. Wait, who do you have winning? Right? Because basically, you know who wins. Your pick'ems are perfect. So who do you have winning? If you're still here with Kenta FPS, who do you have winning? DORAN is straight up a rat? What do you mean by that? Terranexus? What do you mean? Chronic, my pick'ems are perfect except for MKoi. Yeah, I see. Like, that one, I think, could also happen. I fumbled my pickings by huffing copium. Oh, you put FlyQuest beating BLG? Wait, what did you do with your pick'ems, MGL? I have Gen G. You have Gen G winning. Okay, who do you have coming out? Is it BLG AL? Who wins? BLG AL, or who makes it to the finals? T1, BLG, or AL? Right now, I have AL winning. Like, I have AL beating BLG, I have AL beating T1, and then I have AL beating Gen G. That's what I have. Or that's what I'm expecting gonna happen. Win or lose, it's T1. Okay, so you basically have T1 winning at the end. I had Fly over BLG, then winning the whole thing. MGL, my man, you do not want the skin, do you? T1 versus Gen G rematch in the finals. Then Gen G 3-0? Bro, no, why would you want a 3-0? Like, I find that 5-game series, winning a 5-game series is so much more invigorating than winning 3-0. Because you get to push to the 5th game, and then you're so happy that it's so much more crushing for the enemy team because they were so close. But as a fan, like getting to watch all that adrenaline, like really hoping your team pulls it out in game 5, like those wins are just always like super hype. in my opinion. Like, if you want Gen G to win, you want them to win 3-2. You want more games. You want it to be more hype. You want the drama. Like, freaking reverse sweep. That's what I don't want it. 5 is more exciting. Okay, you don't want it, but this is your prediction. Your official prediction is 3-0. That's because you don't want it to be a 3-0, but it's just gonna end up being a 3-0. Okay, I see. I see. Yeah, BLG. I think BLG might get 3-0 tomorrow. To be honest, I actually think there's a chance that BLG just gets destroyed by AL. I think AL are the better team. Actually, maybe 3-1. I think 3-1 AL, and then I think 3-2 AL versus T1, and 3-2 AL versus NG. As long as we get 5 games, I'm down. Honestly, maybe 5 games AL versus BLG. That would be hype. That would be hype. Give us 5 games, 5 games, 5 games. Give us another 15 games at MSI, and I think it's the best MSI we've ever seen. I have no stake in any of the matches now that Fly is gone, but I want 5 games every series. True, true, true. Yeah. 5 games every series is the dream. I'm sad I'm gonna have to miss some of the series, but yeah, I can always watch them afterwards, right? Yeah, last thing, I just don't want to see teams picking these early game champions. Just stop picking Callista. What other AD carry was open? Like, I don't know, man. Even if you have to play Tristana, just don't play Callista, please. Play Smolder. BLG looked pretty fraudulent, except Knight. No 5 games. I want revenge for FlyQuest. Oh, you want them to get crushed 3-0. I just feel like T1 should really lose to Gen G and then fight AL at lower finals, then show up like Giga Chat at finals. I think that's the script. I mean, you have the perfect pick'ems, Kenta, right now. I think you and one other person yesterday in chat had perfect pick'ems. So, and I think he had T1 winning it all as well. So, I mean, if that's what you feel, if that's what you feel the script is, I think maybe you have like a little premonition or something. You don't want 5 games, you want revenge for FlyQuest. I can kind of see it. But then, like, here's the thing: if BLG beat AL or take it to 5, then FlyQuest might look at it and be like, man, this feels so much worse because if we beat BLG, we actually could have beat AL in the rematch. Oh, or do you mean you want BLG to beat AL as revenge for FlyQuest? I'm not sure what you mean, Mix. BLG looked pretty fun. Yeah. I mean, I have an interview with Bin tomorrow. And like, I'm actually going to ask him, not in these words, but like, why are you not playing Jax? Like, why are we seeing you play Ornn and Sion? And like, you don't look good on the Mbessa. You don't look good on the Rumble, yet you're playing these champions. Why don't you play your champions? This is Fearless after all. Maybe I'll phrase it a little bit differently. Yeah, Ben doesn't look even half as good as last year. Maybe I'll phrase it like that. Like, what do you think is the difference between last year's Ben and this year's Ben? And honestly, like Ben from 2 years ago and 3 years ago. What do you think T1 versus AL? I think AL beat them. I think AL win. Nope, just would like BLG to be taken out. Okay. Taken out back. I see. Yeah, there could be a little bit of gratification in that. Tabe my go, please. Too heartbroken. Don't care if Fly look better if BLG go far. I don't think it looks like, yes, it looks better, but I think it's even more heartbreaking. Like if BLG win MSI, for example, then FlyQuest is like, dude, we were so close. Imagine BLG just 3-0s everybody. And you're just like, man, we could have been there. It's probably heartbreaking. I wonder if Tabe ever talked about Shanks is crazy good. Yeah. I mean, dude, it's so cool watching the best mid laners in the world play against each other. It's so cool. Been oh, oops. Oh, that's cool. Oh, there we go. I knew it was here somewhere. Okay. Yeah, I have a interview with Ben tomorrow, so I'm excited.
Hello and welcome.
Oof. Ben really misses Jun. Yeah. FlyQuest Revenge at EWC. Just don't pick Callista or YOLO Nexus. Dude, EWC is going to be very exciting. I think there's a legitimate shot that Cloud9 and FlyQuest do even better. Fly proved that the West is catching up. Fly proved that NA is catching up. I don't think EU is catching up. I think EU, the gap is bigger than it ever was. Last year, EU was much stronger than they were this year. I think last year, G2 were legitimately a top team in the world. They had things they did that no one else did. Just sucks that you got eliminated by BLG. Like, honestly, if it was them versus Team Liquid, they probably beat Team Liquid and make it out, right? But yeah, C9 should have been here. Yeah, it's so sad that C9 aren't there. It's so sad. Like everybody's talking about it. It's like literally the number one thing everybody's talking about. Like C9 should be here. Imagine if C9 were here, we'd have two chances. Like it would be much more invigorating for NA because we have two good teams. Like look, if C9 sucked, like let's pretend C9 didn't exist and it was Shopify and we got 3-0 in the finals, people wouldn't really care. But the fact that it was so close, everybody feels back. Oh, EU exists. Dude, that's so mean. Dude, they just died. It's too soon. It's too soon. Terra Nexus. It's too soon. They're okay. We're probably. Do you think EU win a single game against the top 4 regions? Maybe against GAM, sure. But besides GAM, do you think EU beat anybody? I don't think they beat NA. I don't think they beat China. They don't beat Korea. Like their only hope is Furia and GAM. Is that it? Is that EU's only hope? Yeah, that's sad. I don't know. I'm excited for EWC. I think it's gonna be a fun games. Riot should give 2 slots NA and LCP. Dang, take both their slots. That's no, we need at least. Not come on, man. You should just take 1 slot away from EU and give it to NA. I think that's fair. Didn't EU win only like 3 games in group stage? 3 games? They only won. Oh, you're right. You're right. Mad Lions won 1 against BLG. They won 1 against CFO, and then G2 beat Genji game 1. Yeah, so they won 3 games. Wow. NA, how many games did NA win? We won 3-0 against G2. Then we won 1 against AL. That's 4. Then we won 2 against BLG. So we doubled their wins with half their teams. Damn. They just have whoever wins MSI get their region an extra spot, and NA gets 2 spots. So it's even 12 teams. So there is someone sending 3 spots. I don't know, man. Giving Korea like 3 seeds? That's a little too much for MSI. Is it legit that LPL and LCK will get 4 slots each a world? Kind of. So basically, the 4 seed from LPL and the 4 seed from LCK will face off in a qualifying match to see who makes it to Worlds. Because there are 17 teams at Worlds, and there can only be 16 teams for Swiss stage. So yes, they both technically make it to Worlds, but they don't make it to Swiss stage. The 4 seeds have to face off against each other. So you might have something like IG versus KT or IG versus Nongchim. Like, who knows? Maybe even T1. Maybe T1's go 4 seed again and just win again Worlds, right? But yeah, we do have 4 seeds for each region, or 4 slots. But yeah, anyways, I'm excited for tomorrow's games. I think every single game hopefully should be a banger for the next 3 days. Give me KT versus IG for the last team at Worlds now. That could be fun. Like, I think Nongchim versus IG. I would like to see Nongchim play versus IG. I mean, I'm a Lehens fan, so I kind of want to see Lehens. But wait, who would be third? So you'd have what? BLG, AL, IG. Who would be your third seed? Maybe JDG. Maybe we could see WE pull out the miracle, right? Top esports as well. They could do the thing and come back. There's a lot of teams that can make it from from LPL. I just think Gen G will get the Golden Road. I don't think Gen G is winning. I don't think they're winning to begin with. I think AL beat them in the finals, in the rematch. TES, yeah. I feel so bad for top esports. Like, you win your region, you're supposed to be like super proud, but then you fail internationally, and then you're like, people don't want you to win anymore. And it's like, come on, man, we're trying our best. Yeah. Oh snap. That's cool. But yeah. Anyways, that's all I had. I just wanted to glaze DORAN because him recovering the way he did to me is like very telling, because he was like crushed and he was literally crying before the start of the interview. And then by the end, like he said, I'm going to pick myself back up. I know I'm devastated right now. I know I played horrible. I know this is on me. I'm going to pick myself back up and I'm going to keep going. And the fact that he picked himself back up, made it here, and is playing so well. Yeah, that to me, that's like, that is what it means to be a pro player. I just wish Fly won versus BLG. Yeah. I wish they won too. Game 2, game 3, like, so winnable. It's, yeah. I don't want to cry again. Anyways, I'm gonna head out for tonight. Thank you all for watching. I will see you tomorrow with my bin interview.